conversation. I always like to understand the other person. So it's a bit different. So, but Salah and people who's gonna come in, we're gonna be a bit engaging a bit. Cool, very fun one. Don't worry. So you can check with Manisha. All my things are all very fun one, never boring one. Okay. So I tell you one secret. Yesterday I slept at 3:30, 3 a.m. I think. Why? Because I was like, I've never done this personal development before. What is personal development? Develop what? Everyone wants to be better, this and that. Wow, wow, David Sharma, wow, Stephen Covey, wow, Robert Kiyosaki, wow, the mic, or in my mind was thinking like that. Oh, must I talk like that? Wow, die lah like that. How to do right? Crazy. So it's like I don't even know where to start. So yesterday I was like, wow, doing some homework, go to laptop, wow, doing some homework, understanding what I want to tell you because I don't want to tell you something and then you go home and tell the whole world and then something is wrong and then the whole world does something wrong. Die. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to share the wrong information. You want to share the right inspiration. Good. So that is what I want to do today. First up, I should share my story. Afterwards, when you see my presentation, then you know why I stayed up until 3:30. Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, I hope you guys can see it right now. Can you see it? Nice. Okay. Right. So today we're going to talk about the power of listening and observation. Interesting, right? So hold on, I want to see my own face. I don't know how am I reacting when I'm talking. So it's so funny. So I need to find a spot. Okay, right. So the power of listening and observation. So it's something I kind of coined up just to give you a background because I'm actually from a long line of marketing and sales sort of a corporate person. And over the years, I never ventured into marketing or sales when I was younger. To me, it's like, huh, crazy. I do sales, I have to go out and beg people to buy, beg people, please buy this, please buy this from me, please. You know, I hate the fact that I have to go and beg for someone to help me. So, so what happened was when I started work, I made sure that I have to sit in a desk with a tie. I want to be an executive. So I worked towards that. And then I realized that was something I wanted to do. Eventually, I developed a sense of being able to talk to people, to align with people. Then people start to notice that, hey, Patrick, you shouldn't be sitting at the desk. You should do sales. I don't want lah. Sales crazy. Sales is so dreadful. It's such a suffering job. Have to go out and beg people to buy something from you. So eventually, I gave it a shot. It's like no choice lah. At the time, the companies were like giving me crap, and then to jump to a sales job, my pay was triple. Who wouldn't try, right? Try lah. At the time, internet was booming. Yeah, try lah. I thought, what I was selling? I was selling websites. That means I go to a shop and say, hey, Mr. So and so, what's a company? Would you like to buy a website package? What I will do is I'll just create the internet package for you. You will pay me money. I will do your homepage. You click contact, go to your contact. Today, I ask you, who can do web pages? Who can answer me? You can answer, raise your hand. Who can do web pages?
Marcella, I have unmute you. You can talk also.
Okay, okay.
Who can do web pages?
Daphne, would you like to join?
Come, show me your face. Don't be shy. I got people, so I'm online already. I'm not shy. I cannot stand up because I'm still wearing my boxers.
Who can do
No,
web
no.
pages? Anyone?
Okay. Let me tell you who can do website. You, me, Manisha, Daphne. Anybody can do website today. So you have seen how it has evolved. So this ability to listen and observe came over time, over the, the, the period where you start to notice things around you. Okay, so before I go into more of that, I want to tell you more about myself. So you'll be wondering, who the heck is this Chinaman? Who is this fella? Right? I get this a lot, Chinaman, you know. I'm used to it already, right? So, hold on, So, today, cakap apa? What are we talking about? So, who is this Patrick? What's the story? I'll tell you a bit more about COVID-19, our new norm. You know lah, discussion must talk something outside. Then you will excite you a bit more ma. If I keep talking about one topic, everybody, you will see the screen go black and then gone. Everybody gone, right? So I want to explain to you the difference between listening and hearing, observing and seeing, and then let's finish up with a quick, simple summary, right? So I noticed that what Salah is taking the role of observing. Keep quiet. Don't say anything. I scared I say something wrong. Correct or not? A lot of people are like that. It's okay. I'll explain to you why people are because I'm observing you, you know. Okay, I'm Coach Patrick. Um, I always say I'm your Pau Kaleo coach because I, I, I'm very versatile. Um, I can do talks. You can throw me on the stage anytime. I'm not shy. My skin is very thick. Okay, I love to work out. Um, I am never I'm never grumpy. I'm always fun and I'm always jumping around. I think Manisha knows me well enough. She knows what type of personality I have. I'm age 45 and that is just a number, you know. Just I keep telling people and people keep saying that I don't look 45 because I don't feel 45. Okay? So I'm single. Why? Because obviously I suck at getting married lah. Some people suck at getting married. I suck at getting married. I was married twice. I was divorced twice. So there is a reason behind that. There is, you'd be wondering, hey, what's wrong? This guy not bad, what? Why the hell is divorced? Sometimes the universe works in mysterious ways, so we cannot defy that. And until today, don't worry, I'm not giving up on love. Love is a wonderful thing. Okay, so I have a wonderful son who's 8 years old whom I adore, who is right now the focus of my life. My objective right now in life is to transfer knowledge, transfer wisdom to my son, so that he can bring on the legacy. So one more thing to tell you is like today we have technology. Those days, how do people transfer legacies? You know, those Indian Sanskrit ways or whatever. People transfer legacy by what? Every evening, the father will sit down the fireplace, their hut. The sons will come and sit in front of him and they will whisper, your grandfather was this. So they keep telling the story. They teach them how to make bows and arrows, the ways of the culture. And this is passed on generations by generations because it is practiced, right? But today, how awesome it is. You know, we can do a video right now. This development video is being recorded, right? It will be in circulation for years to come, right? For example, people still watch Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is no longer here. For example, there are so many oldies movies, you know, where all the actors have died. They have become legends, and people still watch it until today. A legacy. So that is how we make use of technology to transfer knowledge and wisdom. Okay. Now, after I said all those gibberish thing, right? You observe. So all this has been observant of our surroundings and analyzing what has been happening. That things that we take for granted. Step one. so, so I love to bring experiences to a whole new level. I don't like to do the same thing all the time. I'm always trying to think of something different. I'm always trying to think of things to wow people and feel different about something. So I have done BTC, which is the Body Transformation Challenge, for 6 times. I'm a 14-minute planker, right? But Salah know what's a plank, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I started with 2 minutes and then I went on to 14 minutes. So there are people
Okay.
way better than me, but I think a lot of them are working on it. So I need to buck up my plank. So I can do 55 burpees in 2 minutes. Okay. And I can impersonate a lot of people a lot. And Manisha can vouch for that. Okay. So, and I'm a hopeless romantic, useless fella when it comes to falling in love. So that is the truth. Okay. Now, um, this is my story. Check it out. That's my son. So there was once upon a time, my tummy was actually a stool for my son. It's a chair. So that was how fat I was, you know. And that time I didn't care much. I just ate whatever I wanted, and I thought that working out would just justify whatever I do. So in actual fact, it didn't work that way, right? So what I did was I started to change. Okay, I bumped into Mei Li and Jason. Actually, I bumped into Mei Li lah. About way another 3 years back, I was actually driving Uber for fun, and I picked up Mei Li. Mei Li being Mei Li would strike up a conversation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like that lah. I think everybody knows Mei Li. Hello, 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 hello. So she just went on like that, and then the time I was driving it. Wait, a pretty girl. Hello, hello me. Of course, layan lah. Correct. No? So layan. Hey, can I have your for Facebook? Wah, okay, layan. I said, oh, how come today so lucky? I pick up girl want to tackle me like that one. So I thought, give lah. So she didn't bother me, but what she did was she just added me into her network, and then I started to see a lot of her activities. I started to see that they were running the workouts and all. When I saw group workout in the park, I go to the gym way. I don't do all this so dirty, all these people who don't know what they are doing only go to the park and work out. Okay, I don't do this. I'm too good for this. So I only go to the gym, okay? The gym. What do we go to the gym? We go to the gym, we carry 2 times, you look at the skies, you check out some girls, wipe sweat, go to the sauna room. That's it. That was gym. And that was how you justify just because you spend some time in the gym. Oh, I went to the gym. Where did you go? I went to the gym. Where were you? The gym. Working out. Getting fit. Oh, what are you doing? Huh? You working? Come on, man, let's go work out. That's the talk, those days, when you say I went to the gym, it's like, oh, this guy damn fit. This guy is an athlete. This guy is power lah. This guy, you go on bed, confirm power lah. That sort of mentality that you're trying to plant to people. So actually, no. Going to the gym doesn't mean you're fit, you're healthy, and you're practicing good things in your life. So that was the truth. So mainly started posting all these things. Then after my uh, first divorce, um, um, I saw her put up a message, a very simple message. Who wants to have six packs? Definitely, I cannot see you, but I hope you're listening. If you're listening, please lah, switch on your video lah. It's getting lonely here. You know, you want to create a party. All right. So who wants to have six packs? Then I said, she just said that. You know, for 3 years I ignored whatever she posted, but on that fateful day, I just clicked me. Yes, I want to have six pack. Because in my mind it's like, hey, for the past 6 years, every year I tell myself, this year's resolution, I want to have six pack. Beer got lah, six pack in the fridge. Right? Nothing happened. I tried, or I run, I go Spartan, I go what Power Man, I go Viper, whatever you name it, all I've done. Come back, the gut is still there. No cut, no six pack. Maybe like half pack got lah for a while, and then it's 0 pack. Didn't happen well, didn't go well. Eventually, I go and see Mei Li. And I didn't just see Mei Li, you know. Mei Li would text me, hey, are you free today? Come lah, join us for workout. Okay, I come. All right, our workout is what? 7. 6:45. Traffic jam lah. Next time lah. Again. Afternoon, you free lunch, come lah, let's have a chat. Okay. 12 at 11:45. Hey, I got meeting lah. You know the word lah. Always from fake. Salah, you know what is from fake? FFK. FFK means, now you know what is FFK. FFK is from fake, right? So all the time. So eventually, until one time, that's why I say everything happens for a reason. At the right time, it will happen. One day, really, I got no reasons anymore, you know. And my gym gear, everything was in the car. Then suddenly I was like, you know what? Why not I go to this club? Don't know what to expect, but maybe can see some hot chicks. Kilo, golo. Right, 18 ringgit only ma. Right, go lah. Pay. Okay lah, see, go there. Oi! Sui got pretty girl got pretty girl not bad. Okay, walk in, chest out first. Okay, make sure chest out not bad, got pretty girl, got fun people. Wow, okay lah, hang out. And the first person I noticed was who, you know? I'll tell you the truth. Huili. Yeah. Manisha say it. She's like, Huili, this girl quite hot. Wow, very tight, all the butt all sticking out. Yo, holeng So it's like, wow, you know, like sudden inspiration. Then suddenly people, Mei Li talking to me is like, I wasn't listening lah. I was hearing. That's it. So I continue. I never signed up anything. I never joined anything. Eventually, what made me sign up and start a 10-day program was very simple. Over the first workout was, I was like, all this workout, simple lah, I can do, right? Over 2 or 3 more times, I noticed something. The group started growing bigger. And most importantly, it didn't matter. There was Malay, there was Indian, there was Chinese, in all shapes of sizes. You got fat, you got short, you got old, everything was there. And what you would have noticed when MCO is over, when we get back into our fit covers, you will have noticed that during the workouts, everyone is putting in 100%. Now, at the gym, you will never see this. Okay, so it was something that was very inspiring to me. And then I said, do you know, I'm going to try this. 10 days, if it doesn't work, I walk away. So on your screen right now, that was my first 10 days. Right? Amazing, right? Even I was, yo, wow, can be done. Oh my God. Of course, I followed everything, and I'm a person who wants to do things. I need to do it properly. So I put in 6 days of workout out of my 10, all right? Plus the nutrition, plus the change of food choices. And this was what I was at, right? So I was very inspired. I continued. I started developing a habit, you know, that 6-pack I wanted to grow became an 8-pack. Never before I thought like, hey, I thought, yeah, you counting, right? You counting how many pack, right? Never before in my life, like I thought that I would be at this level of fitness, because very simple, I just didn't know how to. I just thought that, TV, all these people fake one now, the injection now, whatever. So it was doable. I was managing my food, I was enhancing my workout, and I developed a hunger for more knowledge and next level goals. Now, this is not just only physically for you. Mentally, as a person, I think we should, as a person, develop hunger and more knowledge and next level. I say more knowledge doesn't mean we learn from older people. We also learn from the younger people. The younger people are amazing today. There's so many things you can learn from them. I, for one, I love to learn from Grace. You know Grace? Grace is amazing. Everybody knows Grace, right? How old is Grace? She's not even 30, right? Her mind is powerful. I don't know how to explain that, okay? And I'm still learning also, right? So, of course, I totally changed my mindset and perception towards the things that I want to do. I started embracing change, and I welcome challenges anytime. So I further grew the sense of actually sharing this ability to others, which was really something profound to me. And I think it's really cool, because you know what? The law of attraction, I start to become this person that I thought I never could be. And I'm doing it. I'm doing it every day. Every day I wake up. It's like, I need to do something good. I need to inspire people. I need to do something amazing so that people can notice me, so that I can change people's lives. This is what we're doing, right? We're showing examples through our challenges ourselves, and people see it, and people feel it. And people feel it, people will follow it, right? And people want to be like it, right? So this is actually, um, uh, if you ask me, our community is not just about Hi Penny. It's not just about fitness, nutrition. No, it's a whole personal development community. You notice how much we have drilled into you, the friendliness, the kindness, the compassion that we learn here. It's almost exponential, if you ask me, right? So I have learned so much from here. I think I may not be so as active as everyone, but I think if I think I'm active, a lot of people are much, much more active than me, right? We, we are constantly pulling in to create this community that actually helps people and also inspire a lot of people around us. So what other greater mission is that, right? And to work along all races, right? Here we are, right? So this is why I do what I do today. Okay, So we help others by paying it forward, right? Find a sense of purpose, drive, passion, and pay it forward. How we pay it forward? Transfer your knowledge, transfer your skills, right? Nice or not that picture? Nice, right? I took it myself, with iPhone only. That day, one of the coaches, Eugene, he went to Sekinchan. I saw the greens. Oh my God, so beautiful. I went there. I went there to do what? To listen, to observe. Have you ever, people go Sekinchan, wow, they go to the paddy field, wow, take picture, take picture, take picture, take picture, hey, take me, take together, come, take that, take, everywhere they want to take, take the rock, take the stream, take the factory, everything they take. Let's go to the temple, take, all the pictures they take. Have you ever gone to the paddy farm, right? Squat down, right? And put your ear next to the beras. No, right? You do that. One day you do that. And you close your eyes. And you feel the wind. And as you open your eyes, you look across the horizon and see the rice move. Different perception. Then, my friends, you are living. Okay? Because every day we are blocked out by a lot of obvious things. We don't see the smaller things, right? I'm giving you hints right now. Later got quiz. We don't see the smaller things. Okay. I already told you this chat, so-called this development is interactive. Okay. Sudah bagi hints. So we have to start living in the now. Wow. That sounds like who? Robert Kiyosaki or something. So I don't want to be so cliche. So what has happened so far? COVID-19. Oh my God. Right? Changing our lives. Right? So I want to show you a little bit of a history. Many of you or some of you may have already seen this itself. But I want you to see the comparison of the previous major outbreaks of pandemics, right? Right. If you look at the graph, right, the first one, year 1347 to 1357, how many years is that? I think 10 years, right? For 10 years, they were having the Black Death, which is a pandemic that was spread by rats and rats and I think some birds and so forth. It was a bacteria called Yersinia, right? It was called a Black Death. You know how serious it was? 200 million people died. Wiped out half of Europe. Oh my God, right? It's like, huh? Wow, siao. And it was from Asia. Somehow, your Asians are throw it. Always Asia go there one. Always we bring the shit over there. So somehow the Asians screwed up a lot of people all over the world. So 200 million, okay? And then we went back to the third plague, okay, which is also similar, same thing. Somehow the same virus came out again, decided, it's time to come out again, and boom, another 20 million gone, right? Then, I think you all heard of this before, the Spanish flu, another major pandemic, which was even broadcasted even more, happened with the claims lives of 50 million. Now, please note that in 1347 and 1357 and 1885, they don't have the records or the systems to track the population like we have today. So for your information, that 200 million could be more than 200 million. That 20 million could be more than 20 million. So that 50 million Spanish flu could be more as well, right? And then In 1981, the chimpanzees tried to be funny, right? So they gone happening with the boy chimpanzee or something funky happened, and that was the birth of HIV/AIDS. And some fella don't know what they did, got transferred to him, and then boom, until today, AIDS, HIV. I'm not being racist, but every time people say HIV, I just say, hey, I got HIV also. Huh? What? You have a? Yeah, happy Indian virus. That was a joke. So that doesn't have a cure today, right? And what are we doing? We're managing it, managing it with precaution, right? Swine flu, oh, H1N1, everyone knows this, right? Even before that, there's SARS. Ask Manisha from Hong Kong. She kena SARS there. So how was it, the pandemic? How was it being contained, right? And then today we have the COVID-19. So if you look at the numbers, correct, the H1N1 claimed 200,000. The chart we have for COVID as of today is 396,000. AIDS has claimed 35 million people as of today. And you look at this thing, right? What does it tell you, right? It tells you, very simply put, that not all of these diseases or viruses have a cure yet. And yet, the world population is still growing. And yet, we are still damaging or killing each other. So what I'm trying to say is that we will prevail. The reason being that we are so much more alarmed these days on pandemics is because, number one, the way it's being spread. Number two, the way information travels today, right? Today, right? Those days, when we have a general election, elections, a lot of funny things will happen when they're about to count the ballot box, right? Suddenly, right, electricity shuts down. And electricity switch it on, right? Suddenly you got extra four boxes of ballots. So that was what's happening those days. But these days, right, it can't really happen because the instruction to ask the fellow to switch off the electricity, right, is made known within a text because of technology, right? So do we ask ourselves, what do we do with technology? There are many ways. For example, in Facebook, we can choose to tell the whole world how sad you are, or you can choose to tell the whole world how you can contribute to society and help the world. It's your choice. Because you tell the whole world how sad you are, doesn't help anybody, it doesn't help you. You criticize someone on Facebook, doesn't help somebody, doesn't help you either. So this is what I mean by the power of social media, how you use it. We all have the power, okay? We all know Miss Universe, Sam, what she gonna do? She go and, the news right now, right? She gonna say something that hurt, Honestly, you ask her heart, maybe she didn't mean it lah. It's just that she wasn't tactful enough. That's it. I'm sure deep down, every one of us, we are not monsters. But the problem is the world perceives us differently. So we gotta be tactful, right? So in the middle of chaos, there will always be opportunities. Okay, sound cliche, but that's the truth. Books all said it, which is the truth. I mean, the the common Cantonese term we call is, we say is 趁火打劫. It means in the midst of fire, right, chaos, right, then they start to go and loot, which is happening in the US. But we don't want to use that term because that is a violent and wrong term. But what we're saying is like, in the midst of chaos, or in the midst of confusion or disaster, there is always opportunity to regrow. So for example, if there was a volcano eruption, right, the whole area will be laced with volcanic ash, right? Farmers will be very sad. Why? Kena volcano di ma, all your crops are gone ma. But did you know volcanic ash is the most fertile soil they could use to grow crops? So that is the reason. Before a phoenix, before a phoenix becomes a phoenix, it has to burn before it emerges as a beautiful phoenix. So that was the term, right? So humans, we are very, very resilient, right? We are like cockroaches. Cannot die one. Don't worry. We will find a way. We will prevail, and we will always develop technologies. We grew to evolve, and we learn how to plant. We learn how to build tools. We learn how to build transportation. We learn how to fly. Now Richard Branson now bringing us to space. Soon we will travel to space. Amazing, isn't it? So many things are actually happening if we just stop and look, right? And the question is, over the course of these few months, what is it that is in you that has changed? I want you to write this down, right? Write this down. What is the difference between of you and yourself 5 months ago, right? Write this down. Why? It's time to do some reflection. It's time to understand what this pandemic has done to you. Is it for the good or for the bad? Right? So if you ask me, this pandemic has got good and bad lah. One of the things is, if you notice, is those days with the phones, right? We were becoming more and more disconnected. Why? Makan, in the table, kid make noise, throw the phone to them. So we have been so disconnected, right? And then we keep reminding ourselves, put away the phone and let's get connected back, talk to each other. And then COVID came. The more we have to distance ourselves. What happened? Suddenly, we started using Zoom. We started using WhatsApp video call, FaceTime. We started talking to our moms. Bloody hell. We started talking to our parents. We started talking to a brother or sister that you used to hate, don't even want to talk to. We started doing that. We started having group chats, group video calls. We started being appreciative of the people around us. So we actually tried to disconnect to connect, and we ended up to connect to be reconnected. Am I right? So today, as we see it, we're on Zoom. Why? Because I cannot be 1 meter from less than 1 meter away from you, ma. Right? So things have changed for the good or for the bad. Those days, you walk outside, somebody will cough. He doesn't care. You also, I'll just go on my way lah. We were not even aware of all these droplets flying around. We were like, it's normal lah, right? Those days, a lot of people go toilet, never wash hand lah. Touch this, touch that, never wash hand. But today, wow, we are diligently washing our hands, right? Today, I tell you, the day I went to the shopping, the village grocer, I tell you, lah, you wear the mask so bloody long, right? I tell you, it's so funny. You wear the mask so bloody long, right? Sometimes the mask also got irritation. I have sensitive nose, right? I was walking in the vegetable section. The most people one. I was walking. I was like, gosh, alamak, I want to sneeze lah, because itchy ma. He's like, okay, chill. A lot of people here lah, don't sneeze. So up to a point, right, suddenly, you want to hold the sneeze, it just comes out lah. Boom! Achoo! Like that. Oh, I tell you, you know how many people looked at me? The whole vegetable section went quiet. Everybody turned their heads at me. And of course, naturally, everybody backed away. Right? It has created awareness. It has created such awareness that people are very, very they're very attuned to right now. So it, good or bad, doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is like, today, even if you fart, also people will know, okay? So be careful. So that is how it is. So it has changed the way we operate externally, outside, right? What are the good things about this? Hygiene-related diseases has dropped, plummeted tremendously, right? No more. All these diarrhea-related incidents all seldom happen also, okay? Anything to do with cholera, down, right? So there is always a good and bad. We have also learned to connect with our people. We have learned new ways to adapt to the new conditions that were given to us. And we learn, we prevail. We don't die, we don't go home and cry. We just move on. Companies. People thought that when you work from home, habis, hancur company. But no, because they have to work from home, they realize that I need to churn my results. If not, they know the company will fire them. Because very simple. A lot of people are losing jobs, right? Very simple. Who are the companies that's losing jobs? You should know. F&B, airlines, hotels, right? The transportation businesses, cinema. How to go cinema now? Convention. How to go convention now? Anything that has a huge mass social gathering, tak boleh. So we evolved. Zoom became up to 5,000 people you can run a Zoom call. So we are still connected, at the convenience of our house. We can go toilet and pee, grab water like Ellen right now, and come back. And still say, hi. See? Right. So, next. So, are we listening or are we hearing? Right? Sometimes I laugh at this. You know why? Because I divorced my wife because my wife is a hearer. She doesn't listen. Okay? My wife is very funny one. I talk only, she already intercept already. It's like if my wife was ever a military person, no missile will ever get into her base. Because before I press, she will send the intercept missile and stop me already. No chance. So that is what we call by hearing or listening, right? So have you ever really noticed what you can hear when we really, really listen? Just now I told you about the rice and so forth, right? So I give you an example, right? This morning, when you woke up, Tara bunyi ma, my room, where got noise? Nothing ma. You know, have you ever noticed that maybe out the window, you could hear your mother or your father or someone cling clang 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 preparing breakfast, or even the simplest thing, the sound of your fan. That, right? Right? Or the birds outside chirping, or the bloody irritating dog barking, right? And whatever sound that you can hear. Have you ever stopped and listened? You see, the problem is we hear and listen. They are all two things, right? When you hear, it's just an act of taking your sound in, right? Like for example, I'm talking, then you just turn your head, you do some other thing. You're hearing, I'm hearing, I can hear him now, right? But we are not processing it, right? The difference between hearing and listening is when you consciously focus and choose to the words, to the sentence, to the individual events and the individual happenings that is making sounds. That is the main difference. Because listening requires a thought process, engages your brain, needs your time, needs your focus. Because hearing doesn't, right? Somebody kentut, you can hear. That's it. You don't process that. You don't say, oh, he kentut. I think I know what he ate. Must be pattaya. Based on your listening of that kentut sound so powerful. Or, right? So that brings us to the next level, which is the power of observation. Right. So listening. I tell you, 75% of the time, we are all distracted. It is the truth, right? When we should be listening, we are distracted. How many of us go into the class 100% focused in listening? Zero. Same lah, me also. It's the same. Most of the time, we are not focused. We are only focused when we want to be focused. You're only focused on me talking to you. Only if you decide to listen to me. Otherwise, you won't be listening. You're just on this call because my coach asked me to join. I have to be here because I need to show an example. I am following with this call so that I'm be a better person. You know, there are many reasons for us to do, but you must understand, we're here to listen, to absorb. Right? So far I've been talking, you've been listening. Good. So we can only listen to 125 to 150 words per minute. Okay, and you can only think 1,000 to 3,000 words per minute. That is the truth. So most of the time, hey, hi, what's up? Hi, Alan. Hi, Durga. How are you? I tell you, after a few seconds, shit, what's that person's name? Common, right? Why? Because we're hearing. Listening, however. Hi, Watsala. How are you? Where are you from? Oh, okay. How long have you been here? Oh, that is great. What do you like to do? Oh, okay. Great, Watsala. It's a pleasure meeting you, Watsala. I tell you, I will remember your name. That's the difference. Hi, Watsala. Hi, Duka. Hi, Manisha. Hey, the lady, what's the name? True or not? Do you know that when you remember someone by name after meeting them and still calling them back by name leaves a very powerful impression. Number one, you are listening. Number two, you are observant. Number three, you're very respectful. Number four, this person terror, extraordinary. Remember that next time when you meet people. Do not be shy, hold the hand quickly. I want to let go of his hand. Like his hand is so hairy. I want to let go of his hand. No. Understand the person. Have proper courtesy to know the person. So next time when you see me, you shake my hand. You'll know. Right? Good. So, very simple. A lot of people listen with the intent, not with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent just to reply, which is like my ex-wife lah. They listen straight away, reply you, straight away challenge you. The barrier straight away open up. You know, no thought process. Sometimes we need to have some thought process. Therefore, you can process and come up with the proper answer. So that's why sometimes during my corporate days, the boss, we're very eager to impress our boss. So, Patrick, what do you think of the recent sales drop in forecast? You know, the old me. Oh, boss, don't worry, boss. The drop is just a temporary one. We are still working on the sales. I was panicking. You know why? Because I just heard him. I replied because I want to cover my ass. I don't want to get fired. Right? So I wasn't replying in a manner that was very constructive. That was very professional. That made sense. All big bosses want to see the big picture. So instead, I should have replied. They say, reply by doing what? Not saying anything first. Listen until boss finish talking first. Once he finished talking, do not engage first. Think first. Process first. Nobody will blame you for stopping a while to think of your choice of words before you say them. Many a times straight away we want to say them. Straight away we want to settle it. That's human nature. Want to get this out of the way, right? But if you constructively reply, think a bit. Yes, boss, the numbers are down. Yes, boss. Concur with boss. Yes, yes, yes. When you concur with him, if he says yes back, it means yes, the information I heard is correct based on what you just said. Then you can process properly. And when you can process properly, you can answer, reply properly. Most of the time we don't. Yes, boss. Correct. The forecast is down by 200 million. Would you please allow me to explain the next few steps? Then you go on. Why? What happened? Could be anything, could be COVID caused the drop. And what I am doing to fix it. And what is already in progress. When you answer a boss like that, suddenly you are a very well thought out person, right? You see, I give you another example of listening. Many a times, I've been interviewed by CEOs and whatever OOs, all these big bosses. They never interview you, you know. They want to find out what type of person you are. They never interview you. They don't care. Oh, I got this degree. I work for this company. I developed this. They don't care. They want to know you as a person. What can you do, right? What is your thought process. Okay, remember this. I mean, who knows, some of us who are still working at jobs and so forth, remember this thought process. Big bosses listen to your thought process. They want to see how you function. They don't want to know how many degrees you got. It's meaningless. It is how you function. It is how you listen and react. Okay, it's how calm you are towards the questions that they throw at you. All right, so be mindful, right? So, benefits of listening, right? Interesting, right? I hope you guys are still enjoying it and observing my slides. Another hint. Okay, so to be honest, we are very horrible lah, as listener. Okay, we are like playing tennis lah. I say one thing, you say one thing, you say one thing, you say one. It's like that. Because most of the time we don't think, we don't listen, right? So non-verbal cues also have. So we actually have benefits to listening. So as you go along, when you listen, you gather all your critical facts before you make your decisions, before you open your mouth and reply someone. Right? In the midst of being angry, we tend to say everything wrong also. We tend to say hurtful things. Am I right? It is true. And that is human. But we could avoid a lot of things if we stop, calm down, and gather more information before we speak. Oh, hi, Daphne. Finally, I can see Daphne's video. Okay, you can also uncover underlying issues. Okay, so you can find out the story behind all the messages that's conveyed to you, right? And find out whether there are any opportunities or any other things that you should know about when you listen. Okay, and not jump to conclusions, right? So when someone is actually talking to us, we kind of zone out sometimes, okay? And we may miss out on certain things. So therefore, we need to apply some form of focus when we are listening, right? So have you realized or not? Active listeners have more successful interpersonal relationships. As I say this, right, I look back at myself, I look at the reflection of myself. I listen, but I think maybe I don't listen enough. We're not perfect, right? But maybe we should spend more time doing that. Am I right? So yeah, become great listeners, okay? And feel what your partner is trying to relay to you. You will grow your relationships as well as your interpersonal relationships with other people. This is what we do in WXS. We sit down, we listen. We listen first. Because if we don't listen to what are our challenges of the people that we're trying to help, we will not be able to provide a solution, right? We don't want to be anybody on the street, anyhow, you just do this, you just eat this, you'll be fine. No, we ask questions and then we listen and then we process. Then we only prescribe what is best for that specific person. Okay? Now, by listening, you slowly understand and recognize the contributions of others around you, right? So start to sit down, go back, sit down, go back, you are back, you are at home. Sit down after this call and listen. Next morning, wake up, go to your window, go to your balcony, listen. Listen to the cars below, listen to the birds flying, whatever, and then think, what is actually happening around us, right? So we don't do much of that because we take a lot of things for granted, right? So remember, listen. Okay. So that's very simple. Listening. I'm gonna jump onto the next thing. All right. Observation. Interesting, right? So look at the names below. You can see the names or not? Okay. I'm gonna point out people. Daphne, unmute lah. Faster. Manisha, can you unmute Daphne?
Hi.
So Daphne, hi, so pretty. Daphne, I want to ask you, those names, what do they all have in common? Very
Spy.
handsome. Wow. Some more?
Very king. They have like, I don't know how to explain.
Skills?
Yeah.
Special skills, right?
Yes.
Great, great. Okay. Watsala, what do you think of all these guys? Handsome, right? Tell me.
Yeah.
Huh? They are spies. They are highly skilled and trained. What else?
Famous, good looking.
Oh, good. Penny, these guys, tell me more about them.
Well known.
Uh-huh. Remember, observation. You guys watch these movies before. All of them have something in common. Listen, observe. What do they have in common? It's not that difficult. Okay, I tell you lah. They're all white. Right. Why do I state these fellas? James Bond, Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan is from Tom Clancy. Jason Bourne, we love his movies. He was acted by Jeremy Renner as well as, of course, Matt Damon most of the time. Very intense. Ethan Hunt, the guy who's Tom Cruise, who does all his stunts, who does all his stuff lah, you know, he knows his stuff lah. He's like super intense sort of guy lah. So why did I say, why did I mention these guys, right? So simply put, the powers of observation can be developed by cultivating the habit of watching things with an active, inquiring mind, right? Right? So I ask you all again, very fun one lah. How many of you for the past how many minutes saw the flies on the screen? Nobody, right? Nobody saw the flies. Okay, let's go back. Can you see anything? Now you see something, right? Where is it? Can somebody tell me where is it? It's at the bottom here. All right, there's a fly. There's a fly here. Right? There's two flies here. There's a bigger fly here. And there's one on the top right. So you see, because you've seen some of the presentation that has the GIFs. So we assume it's just the GIF, but we never start to observe and notice anything that is similar and different, that is occurring consistently. Now, you have learned something, the basic of observation. When you learn to observe consistencies, you will find a pattern. And when you find a pattern, you can react. Remember this. Number one, most women who get mugged, who get snatched, theft, often get hurt, often only scream and panic because we are not used to that situation. Why? Because we take everything for granted. We are not observant. From the moment you walk out of the mall to your car park, we were never observant. We don't care. We reach the car, just go, until it happens to you. Then only you say, shit, I should have done this. You know, even at the mall, how observant are we, right? So I always say, these guys, even in the movies, they tell you, the moment they walk into a bar, right, they already identified which person is a threat, which person is not a threat, which person is approachable. If anything happens, where is my exit? You get what I mean? So have you ever thought that when you went to a club those days, I'm not paranoid or what? We have heard so many news about, wow, you know, when a fire starts in a club, most of the people will die because why? They will get trampled, they will get suffocated in smoke. Most people will die because the door is only this big, right? You got 400 people in the disco, how to get out? Everybody's panicking. You don't see the magnitude of it, but it's 400 people trying to get out a small door like that, a one door. That's why people step on people, people cannot breathe, they cannot stand up, smoke comes in, people start panicking, all hell breaks loose, a lot of people die. You know, when I go in clubs, I always look for exit first. Anything happen, where do I go? Observation. You go in, even for you go into a party or whatever, you walk in, normally we observe which is the handsome guy lah, right? You know, if the handsome guy is a player or a playboy, he is also observing you. He's probably finding out who is the easy kill. How? By observing their body languages, by observing their way of doing things, by observing whether she drinks a lot or not, by observing the way she flirts with people, by observing whether she's like, hiya, you're so bad, hiya, touchy or not. All these things, all these are signs, right? You as females, when you like the guy so much, suddenly you are showing the so-called the flirt thing. And if the guy is not smart enough to catch it, this fella don't know how to act. Right or not? So be observant. Funny, right? Now you know, right, how your boyfriend or husband tackle you, you think back, what skill I use? How did I seduce him? You know, how do I start to seduce him? How do I make him like tingle him and then he has to go after me? Observation, right? Those people who are very good at tackling girls, or the players, I call them, or the playboys, they are very, very observant. They know. They see the girl, they already know this one can jalan, can go for it. That's how good they are. I mean, as opposed to also observing things that you want to buy, observing the people you want to meet, and observing what people do so that you can react. Okay? So when you do sit down You know, in Paris, they do a lot of people observing. It's very interesting. If not, who has been to Paris? Just raise your hand. I want to see a raise of hand. Who has been to Paris? Right? Manisha has been to Paris. Who else? No more. Okay. So in Paris, for those who have never been there, most of the restaurants along the sidewalk, they never place the chairs in a circle like us. Oh, one circle, we put the chairs like that, we makan. In Paris, right after work, they like to people watch. You know what's people watch? So the chairs are actually one row facing the sidewalk. So one chair here, one table here, one chair here. They're facing the sidewalk, right? They order their coffee, they order the croissant, and then they'll enjoy their coffee or beer or whatever, facing the sidewalk. And what is on the sidewalk? People. People walking. They like people watching. They like to observe. How many of us really do that here? Here we just go restaurant, char kway teow satu, ciao. Right? How many times do we go into an airport while we are checking in? Next thing we do is, let's go McDonald's, selfie, selfie, that's all we do. How many times do we really sit down and actually watch that mother and the daughter about to board the flight converse? Right? Right now. Think about it. Live in the now. Don't live in your little world. It's much, much more than this. It's the truth. So when you learn to observe, you have a heightened sense, the ability to feel and understand the surroundings and our situations. You're more alert. You're more aware. I want you all to be like this, especially the females. You know, we don't really entirely live in Singapore, okay, where you can go to the bank at 3 a.m., you won't be robbed, okay? We're in a country where, unfortunately, we still have a lot of gray areas and red lines and dangers, okay? Nobody is spared. So remember that. Be aware of your surroundings. Whenever you go here or there, look around, observe, observe, always observe. Be very attuned.
Coach
Malay,
Patrick,
we call it
can I,
peka.
Coach Patrick, can I invite everyone to switch on their camera so we can take a photo before we lose more people?
Yeah.
Thank
Wait,
you.
can we all switch on the video?
Can everyone switch on their cameras, please, so we can take a photo? Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Another one, 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you.
I like Jason, his hair. Nice. Show us your pecs, man. Hi, Wendy. Wendy is always like in a doctor's baju. Okay. So yeah, you can preempt situations. We're almost done, don't worry. We can preempt situations, okay? We can hone in and know the probability of a situation when you observe what's going to happen next, right? We can read conditions, right? Underlying conditions, situations, or even behaviors, right? Which is very, very important for people who do sales, for people who do work, for people who are doctors, who are good observers. What profession? Psychologists. Correct? So they are very, very good because they need to understand your underlying conditions if you have a problem, right? By observing, you can calculate your risks, right? You can know what to do next. Same lah, before Jason Bourne or before John Wick wants to take a pencil and kill the other guy who's supposed to kill him, you already know what to do already. Right? Make weighted decisions. Summarize situations and make weighted decisions based on all of the above. Once you have all this covered, you can make your decision on what to do next, right? When you Are in a car park, you notice somebody suspicious behind you, right? You already read the conditions. This guy has been following me since I was in the supermarket, right? I suspect you preempt that he's going to do something funny when I get into a car park or somewhere along the line. Read the conditions. Very simple. Where am I at? Are there a lot of people that will be able to help me? Calculate your risk, what you're going to do if this happens. What are my chances of getting out of this situation? And make your decision. I think I better go and talk to the guard and get him to escort me to the car because I don't feel safe. Based on all this, then you can act accordingly and dictate accordingly. Am I right? Right? So remember this. This is something more on safety, but more as a person you can apply into your daily life, in work, in the way you deal with people as well. Right? So in summary, COVID-19, don't worry. We will be stronger than ever. Okay? Listen more to the things that matter around us. Stop for a while, listen. You know, I don't know lah. I'm the type of person, while we are very engaged in our daily life, in work, etc., etc., I always find time to do the simple things, very simple things. I always question things. Why this? Why that? I'll give you an example. Very simple example. I always say this example, right? Do you know how small are we in the universe? Really, speck of dust. Nothing, insignificant. Okay, if you're free after this call, you just Google how big are we in this universe. You just look at the Google and you know how big you are. We are just like that. We are just a part of a solar system, which is a part of a galaxy, which is, okay, I can go on now. It is so big that we are nothing now, basically. So that's why I said the world, the universe is bigger than we are. So who are we? So we make the best out of what we are, right? Stop, observe, reflect. The universe is much bigger than we think it is. I love you all. I love you. You love me. Okay, thank you for joining me today, for waking up so early, getting your butts up. Even it was tough for me. I'm still in my boxes for your information. And I hope you enjoyed my talk. And if you do, please get some feedbacks to your coach. Be more than happy to share more with you guys and speak to you more next about aligning. Aligning means how you meet a complete stranger and align with them. And when you can align with the stranger, you can straight away gel. When you can gel, you can talk, you can do things, you can collaborate, you can make wonders. Okay? Thank you guys. Bye-bye.